Hey guys, this week I just want to start with a little disclaimer, okay? The next couple episodes after this one, not this one, I can tell you this one's probably going to be a little longer than usual. Grab a snack. But no, the next couple after this one, it might be a little shorter, than usual. I mean, they might not. I don't really fucking know right now, but it all depends. I did want to put this out real quick before we get into it today because, yours truly has stepped into another adventure for her life, and I just started, my new job. Yay! Oh, well, it's been a couple weeks, to be honest, but, so I'm feeling good, right? But busy, yeah? So, like getting used to new schedules and all my other stuff that I like to do, but I wanted to say that I'm still here, in podcast land for you, and sharing, what I can. But you know how the first few weeks at a place, of employment that's new is hectic, right? It's all fucking learning new things and meeting new people. Huh? And again, I'm so here for it. I'm very excited, as you know, for any of my new chapters. There's just always something I strive to look forward to, yeah? But at the same time, please understand, it's also my actual fucking life. So, really, I'm just saying, bear with me, out here in podcast land, as I make this transition, yeah? So, yeah, thank you as always. I appreciate you all. So, without further ado, every episode is gonna fucking start somewhere, right? And this one, unfortunately, you guys, I'm gonna start it with an unfun fact. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, I guess brace yourselves, okay? Sometimes, you guys, people, they don't know how to love you. And fucking sometimes, they don't even love you. Not even a little. And I know, that sucks. And I'm sorry. But sometimes we have to understand that shit, okay? If we're going to honor ourselves and our truths and feelings and how others can and will, impact us and what we value from within. I feel like there's basically two ways, right, that we as humans can fuck up on our path to find our own truths, right? Like what speaks to us at our core. And that's either one, not going all the way, or two, not even starting, not even having enough courage within to begin. Yeah? So, in this episode, we're gonna talk around like how we can learn to be truly present, how even when we may want to run away and hide from what's happening, if we're mindful in the moment and we face it, if we're real with what's true for us in that moment, then we can allow those fears that would normally cause us to run and hide to just fucking crumble away, right? And that's when, even in the toughest feeling situations, you guys, especially when other human beings are involved, that's when those situations become something we grow from. Yeah, it all becomes a more expansive experience for us because of the truth that we're honoring in it. Yeah? So, there's sometimes, right, as we go about our lives, being all human-y and shit, that we connect with other people. And, you know, the vibe just isn't like 100, like it's just not 100%. Like you don't know why, but it's just not there. Like something feels off, yeah? You know, like maybe it started out good, okay, and then fucking bam, all of a sudden, you can feel left out in the cold. And we don't even know why that happened, right? I think sometimes, like, others can do things, and I don't know. Like, we do things to each other that just come out of fucking left field, you know? And sometimes, okay, sometimes it seems like it's just maybe people don't want to lose the feeling of someone else's love for them. Even if they know they don't really want that other person in the same way. Mm-hmm. And, you know, of course, it's a little fucking selfish, let's be honest, and it's hurtful, you know, but it's definitely not uncommon. It's not. And the reason people do this to each other is it's fucking simple, really, you guys. It is. It's because love, in any way, it just feels good. That's it. That's why. I told you it was fucking simple. Like, let me see. Okay. Like, for instance, you know couples who fight, right, all the time, or I don't know, like they bitch about the person they're with. Like all the time, like to their face they bitch about them, behind their back they bitch about them. And everyone around this couple is like looking at them like, why are you even fucking together? You're like literally the fucking definition of toxic when you're together. Why do you put yourselves through this, right? I think we all have known a couple like this at one point or another, right? I'm sure. But even though they clearly don't belong together, right? It's a karmic connection is what it is. It is meant to teach. But, look, you can be an open book, right? You can be an open book and lay it all out there, right? And it won't fucking matter at all if you're dealing with someone who's fucking illiterate, okay? I'm just fucking saying. I'm just saying. But karmics, okay, like the couple I was talking about, they stay for a couple reasons. One, because it's known, and therefore the ego thinks it's quote-unquote safe, feels comfortable, yeah? And two, is because there's love there sometimes, yeah? Even if it's like way in the past, or if the doses of the real love are like small and far in between each other, right? And, like I said, love just feels good. We're like hardwired to crave it, right? And it feels good even in its smallest doses, right? Love always feels good. And people like to feel good. In case you didn't realize. So I'm saying, since we all like to feel good, doesn't that mean that feeling good is just the bare fucking minimum? Right? Isn't it? I mean, in my life it is. Look, I'm not sitting here shooting for feeling okay or feeling just fine. I don't know. Even with good, I say always aim higher. Aim higher. You might as fucking well, because we all fucking know that we can aim for that basic bare minimum feel good in life, right? We can aim for that and still sometimes fall way fucking short of it, right? Okay, so then logic says that if we aim higher than feels good, if we aim for, let's say, feels fucking fantastic, then we raise the bar. And when we fall short, we're still landing around feels good. Make sense? I don't know. I have just gotten so tired of settling for what doesn't feel good. At the very least, right? Feel good at the very least, for fuck's sake. And I have had to look at the hard reasons why. Why something or someone in my life didn't feel good. And I had to do it so I could address for myself and be fucking honest with myself about what I actually want and don't in my own life. I don't know. I just feel like we all deserve to at least feel good about how we live our own damn lives. And I, for one, I would like my ratios to be like, 90% good or better than good feelings. And about, I don't know, fucking 10% of learning and like trials and shit that I can grow from. Because I know that's the way it's gotta go, right? It's just how it has to be. So no sense fighting what I can't fight. And, that's just me. You can choose how you want to feel in your own damn life. I'm not telling you otherwise. But again, for me, I choose not to have to feel like I need to dwell on what doesn't work for me. It makes me feel at the bare fucking minimum, okay? I can't stress that enough. Makes me feel good in life, right? I want to live my life happy. Thank you. And I fucking know you do too. But I think sometimes we self-sabotage and we don't even realize we're doing it because we believe we don't deserve the bare minimum feelings in life. I don't know. Maybe there's a convoluted sense of love between us, for us. we should get better at recognizing what love means for us before we go dragging others into something we can't seem to even understand about our own selves. I don't know. I feel like it saves a lot of aches, yeah? If we learn how to talk about what we want and understand what others want. But yeah, we just don't seem to always be able to fucking do that. It's like we fucking developed a language just to stumble through communication. And that's just so fucking backwards, isn't it? There's like psychology shit and, spiritual peoples that talk about, love languages. And I'm sure you've heard of that before, love languages. And that's nice and whatnot. Sure. But honestly, I'm sitting over here like, I don't give a fucking flying shit about your damn love language. I don't. Not if you can't even communicate in fucking English during normal human decency moments between us. Fuck. Like, I don't even want to proceed a little bit further if you can't fucking talk to me, like, for real. Sorry, I'm not sorry. And I'm just one type of human. Sure as shit, there are the opposite views out there. And that's why, listen, my fellow humans, okay? Fuck. From one of your own. I'm just telling you, we are a weird fucking breed. We are. We all are. I don't give a shit who tries to deny it, okay? Weird breed, right? It's fucked. It's fucked how we all treat each other sometimes. But I laugh, because, well, I just have come to the conclusion lately that we as humans just do some pretty stupid fucking things. Especially when it comes to love in our lives. And even in general, right? I feel like love never makes any real sense. Like how we love as humans. Everyone does it differently. Yes, of course. Love language. Blah. But the bottom line seems to be that when it comes to love, it never makes sense. What am I trying to say here? Okay, you ever have a relationship and it's real good, like real fucking good, just feels so fucking good that it don't make sense how good it all seems, right? You're like, ooh, it's all magical and shit. And then sometimes, right, it's like the exact fucking opposite. It's just absolute shit. There's no magic. It's just, I don't know, shitty non-love dressed as love. And you're over here like, what the fuck? How'd I get duped? How'd I get here? This makes no sense. You see? And probably none of that made any sense either, but just fucking hear me out, okay? What I mean is it doesn't really seem to matter whether it's good or bad kind of love for us. Either way, we always seem to be banking on it not making any sense in order for it to be or feel like love. So that means by it not making sense, it can only make sense. What it means, you guys, is that love is meant to be unpredictable. It just is. And we learn how to deal with the types of people or loves we want in our lives through that process of unpredictability. We're only able to get the best love for us when we're honest with ourselves about what we truly want and how we want ourselves to be loved. I guess that's when them freaking love languages come back into play, huh? That's how the good, no sense kind of love actually just comes along. You feel me? But it won't ever get to us if we keep staying with the bad, no sense kind of love, because we keep trying too hard to force the fucking bad, no sense kind of love into being our good, no sense kind of love. But that makes the least amount of fucking sense overall. Seriously, I think it does, because what doesn't serve you or make you feel the love you know you want in your fucking life that, remember, you should be living at a minimum feels good level. But you guys, you'll never be able to be feeling the good, no sense kind of love, because the bad kind that you're trying to force be your good kind doesn't have the level of respect needed to be that fucking good kind of no sense love. And honestly, again, I think we need to work on our aim here. We need to start realizing that we actually should all be shooting higher and reaching more in our relationships with other people for that, I don't know, fucking spectacular no sense kind of feeling love. Because if we all stop and be a little bit fucking honest for a minute, that's really the only fucking kind we want, right? You know I'm right. Nobody is shooting to settle in love. Not if they honor themselves in any way, they're not. So, I don't know, then isn't it foolish to stay where the love isn't that kind? I think so. I think it's a shitty way to live. And not only for ourselves, but for that fucking other person too. Because look, fact is, if they are not that fucking spectacular, no sense kind of love for you, then fucking newsflash, you ain't it for them either. So basically, in these types of situations, we have two humans. Both of them acting like, in my humble opinion, of course, fucking dumbasses. They're trying to force something for one reason. They're afraid. They're afraid of their own truth, and they're definitely afraid to live it. So, they're afraid if they own up to that truth, then they'll be left all alone. Because it's in the unknown. That's a step into the unknown. So they choose instead to grunt it out with whoever's fucking there, or willing, or caves to them. Fuck, I don't know. Pick your avatar. And what usually happens, right? Both humans end up suffering when all they thought they were doing was getting love. See, I don't know. I think it's just something we should all look at as a whole. And it starts with honoring what the heart says. And guys, I'm going to tell you fucking point blank, we don't always interpret it clearly right away as we heal. We don't. So go easy on yourselves here as you learn and grow with this, okay? Simply because the ego is loud. The ego yells, okay? And the heart truth, it starts in a whisper. So as you're healing, it takes a little inner work to hear that soft heart voice over the loud ego voice, yeah? And of course, you have to know where you are in your own life and how to navigate your own feelings here, right? It's all an individual thing. But as for me, and where I am, well, I'm not even a little sorry that I've stopped fucking living my life like that. I'm not saying I didn't, in my past, creating a sense of lack in my own life by focusing on what I didn't have in relationships. And recently, I almost had an old pattern repeat for me. But one of my important boundaries was crossed, and the convo with that person stopped right there. And it's a little sad for me, it is, because I really wish it didn't go that way. I really wanted it different, but it definitely didn't feel good for me, so they couldn't allow it to continue like that, So yeah, the other thing we need to remember, even if we're just starting out with new love or what the fuck ever, fill in your blanks, that the good or fucking spectacular, no sense kind of loves will only ever be presented with respect and honesty from both humans. I mean, in our relationships, isn't that also the basic fucking minimum we should be shooting for? Time, energy, loyalty, honesty, fucking respect, And I won't lie to you, you all know I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be, and I never fucking will. And I'm still learning how to deal with all these things too as they pop up in my life, you guys. I am. But it's true, isn't it? Isn't it? Don't we all deserve that kind of love? And if any one of us is tied to someone that's completely wrong for us and we know it, then fuck. We're doing humanity as a whole a disservice. Okay. That may be slightly dramatic on my part, but fuck. What I'm saying is important. It really is. If your own damn happiness is something you truly value, And you know, maybe the whole good or bad labels we hold accountable for our decisions, they shouldn't even be how we deal with love at all. Maybe the truth is everything we do is leading us to love, but we choose how we view those things. We choose. And that's what makes all the difference in how the love appears in our own lives. I mean, if that's the case, then could we all maybe grant ourselves the fucking permission to love what we love? Be it in another person or a lifestyle or career or what the fuck ever? To just live how we feel fantastic to live? Love the way that feels fantastic for us? And I don't know, just not fucking hold ourselves back anymore, because at the end of the day, it probably won't make sense either way. And you know, I think it's allowing that flow. I do. Just granting access to our lives is what all those love lessons that we go through are teaching us to choose. Showing us what is and what isn't meant for us at our, you know, truthful soul level. Yeah? We have to feel the bad, no sense kind of love and the good, no sense kind of love. We have to feel it all to live and actually realize how love works best for us in our lives. If we don't, we're not living to the capacity of our own love. And maybe that's why humans struggle. Maybe part of it is we don't understand it if we don't feel it. I mean, really feel it. And own what is true for us. And then when we do that, then love, it becomes another motion we do, right? And I think that's why it's always so unpredictable, because the universe will not allow love to exist as just a basic, bare minimum motion humans do. Love was never meant to be treated like the basic minimum emotion in our lives, you guys. Love is not brushing your fucking teeth, okay? And if it feels like that, if it feels that mundane, I'm sorry, my friend, you're fucking doing it wrong. And see, I think deep down, you already know it. Love is about trust. And trust in what your heart tells you. Even if it's not what you want to fucking hear at first. You gotta listen. Whether it makes sense or not. I don't know. I'm just saying. Sometimes it's like we feel like we have to stay hidden or locked behind some kind of like illusion of believing that even if we're unfulfilled with our relationships in our lives, it's okay. It's okay because at least it's fucking comfortable and it's known to us. But I don't know. It's like we don't want to think about being uncomfortable in that unknown. But what's really happening is we are settling for less than the good, kinda, no sense love, right? Settling for less than the bare minimum love in our lives. And that, my friends, that is sad. We gotta stop fucking doing that. And yeah, I know it's scary because I know it sounds fucking risky, right? Listening to that heart, the unknown. It could cause us heartache and cause us pain. But you know what? I think the true heart, it wants that fucking spectacular love that it knows we all deserve. So it urges us to keep going. Not fear love just because we might have looked at some bad, no sense versions of it for too long. Yeah? I don't know. Isn't it more of a heartache to slowly allow your own soul, your true self, to, I don't know, fucking wither away because you choose to stay stuck in fear, afraid of that unknown, possibly stuck and entangled with loveless loves? It fucking makes no sense, right? I think as we start honoring ourselves And once we do that, we actually look at how we fit into other people's lives, and we can be real with that, then we don't get our feelings hurt. We don't. It's like, we don't always have to like or agree with how we happen to fit in other people's lives, but being honest about it means we acknowledge it and go on living best we can for our own damn lives. Because why wouldn't we? Right? Especially if we know we deserve that spectacular, no sense kind of love. I don't know. I guess I just feel like to love is to live. And if we value that in life, then shouldn't we always be honoring, I don't know, whatever truth makes our soul fucking shine? I know. Fucking shiny souls sounds like a damn REM song. But you know what? Happy souls, I think they'd be all shiny. What? I just fucking do. I also think the moment we can be honest, like in our lives, with ourselves about the way we want love, that's when we shift into new, what they call paradigms for ourselves, right? I do. I think it's a conscious shift in how we perceive our lives, as opposed to a physical movement of any kind in our lives. You know, it's like when someone makes you feel like you're an obligation or an aggravation, or that spending time with you isn't something they look forward to, you should go. If someone makes you feel like they don't want or need you in their life like you want or need them in yours, you should go. You get what I'm saying? And truth is, sometimes it's gonna suck. It's very much gonna suck, you guys. At first. It's gonna feel hard because your ego is uncomfortable. But again, a little pain now saves you from a shit ton of torture down the road. So, you know, cry if you must, feel it, and acknowledge that deep down, you know that shit is not what you're worth. And better is there for you beyond whatever this is. Sometimes we just gotta give in and accept what never was and never will be. And that's when we allow ourselves to finally see and start to accept what is and what will be. See? We gotta go towards what makes us feel fantastic. Not what we're willing to fucking settle with, but what is absolutely fucking best for you. For fucking you. Just you. Okay? I'm just saying. No sense. No sense being when you're not feeling the love. I mean, if you're not feeling that, then what the fuck else is there to feel? Pain? Emptiness? Complacency? Well, I'm sorry, but that sounds damn miserable to me. So, I don't know. Why did it become so easy for us to pretend all is well if it isn't? And why would we want to? But it's so common. And I've definitely done it. I'm not even going to say I haven't. I don't know. Why is being miserable so often favored over being willing to try something new or try other avenues? I just look back and I'm like, what was so scary about something new? I don't know. I don't. Again, I'm just throwing thoughts out here. I don't have all the answers to everything, okay? And you know what? I don't know if I'd want to either. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to be there ever again, feeling miserable like that. I just don't, you guys. I love too much. I love too much to waste my energy on any false loves, right? Waste more energy than I need to when it's clear that love just doesn't fit. And you know, the situations are all on a one-by-one basis, right? And there's no clear-cut fucking rule besides listening to what your own intuition and your own heart are guiding you towards. Really fucking listening, you guys. And you know, comprehending that voice of the inner you, yeah? Yeah, so, you know, when it feels like that bad, no sense kind of love, go. Go. And again, it's always gonna vary by situation, right? So, you know, maybe you go for a couple hours. Maybe you go for a night. Maybe you're gone for a week. Maybe you're fucking done forever. Again, only you can discern what is right for your own situations and your own life. But what I am saying is, if that so-called love is not making good, no sense to your soul, then it is simply not your love to have. It belongs to someone else. And so do you. Allowing old love to go when it no longer fits isn't admitting that you're unlovable or that you don't have love in your life. It's just knowing that you deserve the right kind of love for you so you can be the truest you. It is not your love to hold on to. Or you know, sometimes fucking hold out for. Why do yourself and your heart such a disservice? Don't people outside of you do your heart enough disservice on their own? So why do it to yourself? Why dwell in feeling, I don't know, nothing but distance with someone when you're supposed to feel completely connected? I mean, if that's the case, isn't it fucking better to love you, connect to yourself, and live your life loving it, even if you happen to be alone for a little while? I fucking think so. I think that's better than breaking your own heart to settle for any bad, no sense kind of loves. I just do. I really do. Because I believe that once we honor ourselves, that fucking spectacular, no sense kind of love is all we want to allow into our lives. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe love is unpredictable because we're not meant to fit into these, I don't know, little molds around it all, right? Maybe we're not meant to fit in or just pair up just because, you know? Definitely not meant to because we fear being alone. Don't do that. Oh, please don't do that. That's the worst choice for your soul. You know, maybe we wait for the one that actually stirs the soul, makes us feel like those, you know, like walking contradictions. Like the soul stirs are the ones where when we're with them, we feel wild and free. We feel soft but powerful, right? We feel the darkness and the light at the same time, but we also feel like solid love at our core, right? Maybe that's the best part of love making no fucking sense, because when it's real, when it's spectacular, when it's true, you guys, it's all over the fucking place, but in the best way we as humans can enjoy here on Earth. At least that's my fucking take on it. Moving forward in my own damn life. I welcome the best fucking spectacular, unpredictable, no sense kind of love into my life with all my heart. I really do. And I say, when that comes around, no matter who you are, where you are, when it comes around, we cherish the people who show us that. Show us they want us like we want them. They want to talk to us. They want to see us. And they want to give that good, no sense kind of love a try. To see if that fucking spectacular, no sense kind is hidden just under the surface there. You know? I say, let's not feel bad that we have to walk away from those who can't be bothered. No sense. No sense chasing what wants to go. That doesn't serve you at all. So, if you catch yourself doing that, stop. You are worth the love you are. You are worth the love you give. Always. Fucking always, you guys. I say, you clearly communicate what you want, and if another person isn't willing or interested, then neither are you. It's that simple. I feel like love signals can get mixed up sometimes, right? And that's why we have communication. Fucking duh. I don't know. I guess around love, we need to look at more than the physical, more than what everyone just accepts as, that's the way love goes. Maybe if we try harder to honor ourselves over the thoughts or ideas or fucking emotions or non-emotions of others, maybe that's when we embrace the comfort in all that chaos. That the unpredictable emotion we call love brings into our lives, right? For me, I feel like I don't really care about things making sense. I don't. Not once I embrace that the aim of love is finding that no sense of it all in the very best ways. So instead, I focus on what makes me feel truly alive, valued in my life, and that's how I find myself feeling happiness, even when loves and life can seem so hard to understand. Yeah? I just feel like whenever I am truly able to honor my heart and know what it tells me is the right choice for me, then it's so much easier for me to step out of the kind of inner conflict, right? Because now my brain, it has to accept that my heart outsmarted it. And when I allow that, I'm no longer fighting against the right choice, the heart choice. And that means that love will win. That's what that means. And I will move forward in that knowing and take steps in whatever way necessary to honor that sense of love I know is right for me. Yeah? I guess what I'm saying is if we can get to a place where we all get more comfortable honoring what we really want and need in our relationships, then it's easier to understand how love is supposed to be, how it feels best for us in our own situations. It's easier to understand that we don't need to fix anyone or change them, that's not on us. If that's what you're aiming to do, again, newsflash, that's not your love, sweetie. It's just not. We gotta get fucking better at letting people be in their own time. Only they can decide what love belongs in their life, and only you can decide that for yourself. You see? Those bad, no sense kind of loves, those are here for a purpose. To allow us to heal ourselves, we have to learn that it's okay if we stop giving so much attention to others and focus on our paths. And usually when we do, that's exactly when our own good, no sense kind of loves just start showing up in our lives. It's about trusting yourself and what love is to you and what you are to love. And sometimes in love, we will have to learn again. And please don't get my words twisted. It is fucking inevitable. There will be relearnings in love. But we gotta learn to make it less about learning about the other person's love or fucking love language and more about learning how to be able to honor who you are when it comes to love, not who you think you're fucking supposed to be. So basic fuckingly, it's all about not being afraid to love, you guys. even after those bad, no sense kind of loves come around. When we as humans value the act of love over everything else, then we are being the love that our heart knows. And I, for one, I will never apologize for my ability to love, and will never, ever be sorry for any love I was willing to give. It's just, now I know what love I deserve in return. And that, my friends, makes all the sense in the world. Especially when it comes to how I allow love to come into my life. So, I hope you find that the love you are is the love that you deserve. Keep shooting for that fucking spectacular, no sense kind. And honor the path you travel for yourself as you find your way to that kind. There is no right or wrong when you have the love within yourself and you choose to honor that wherever it leads you. Remember, it is not your job to fix or save anyone, or be liked all the time, or do it all in any of your relationships. It is not on you to please all the people in your life, or try to hold it all together when you need to let go. What is your job? Well, it's simply to love people as they are. Love yourself where you are. And know when it's your love with somebody and when that love is meant for someone else. You need to be authentic and just fucking breathe, my friends. Breathe. That's it. And speak your truth as you go along. Feel the love inside you. Really feel it and just take the next step every time you think you can't go on. Love is you. And loving that will allow the love from those who are worthy of you to be in your life. The paths will merge when the energy is in sync. And the energy is only ever in sync when you start with your love of self and acknowledge that first. You gotta be willing to trust your inner sense of intuition, your inner guidance, that whisper voice of your heart. Your bravest moments come when you're completely and brutally honest with yourself. And no, it ain't always fun to acknowledge. It's not, but it is necessary. Because in our heart of hearts, we always know the answers. We just have to listen to them. We do. And once we can honor that, that's when we're able to deepen any relationships we may have with others. Remember, to own our intuition is to be real with ourselves. And that's when we can be real with other people, and those relationships become whatever they are meant to be in our lives. Or, sometimes we heal out of them. But either way, the important part of it is taking time for those truths. I read this once and it's coming to me. It's by this guy named Jeff Brown. He said it, and I don't even know who he is, to be quite honest with you. I'm sorry, Jeff Brown. I don't know who you are. But I found this on Pinterest and I liked it, so I hope that's good enough. But honestly, it's fitting for what I'm talking about, like women hand in hand. So you know how I like those synchronicities. So he said, listen, my friend, if one person doesn't want the relationship, then it's simply not a fit. No sense. No sense trying to figure out why they don't want it. No sense blaming it on their commitment issues. No sense waiting around for them to realize they wanted it after all. Because it doesn't matter what they don't want. What matters is that you are met heart on, thank you, by a fully engaged partner. If they don't want it, then you don't want it, because you don't want to be with someone who isn't there for it fully. That's the thing about love relationships. It's an agreement that has to be signed by both souls. If one doesn't sign, then nothing has been lost. If it's not a fit for them, it's not a fit for you either. So here's to all of us, right? And the best way forward where we all just find our fit, yeah? And honor what our heart dares us to listen to. And also, when we find ourselves slipping back, trying to grasp those bad, no sense kind of loves for all the wrong reasons, those that don't fit us so well, yeah? Maybe we should just remind ourselves that by doing so, what we're actually doing is holding someone else's soulmate fucking hostage. I mean, I don't know about you, but I, for one, do not want to be labeled as a soulmate kidnapper. So that's just how I like to look at it. If one of you is holding my fucking soulmate hostage, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just saying. So, I wouldn't want to be the cause of that problem in someone else's life. Yeah? And for real, I look at it like love is just a mirror. It's a mirror for us to be able to feel our life. And life is all about transforming and learning through our hearts and growing our consciousness around that learning. Remember, what the caterpillar calls the end, the Creator calls the butterfly. I think it's time to be more open to change, less fearful of it. It's time to see what's beyond those so-called endings and release what doesn't serve you so you transform your own damn life. Because if you've listened to me long enough, you should know by now that you're the only one who can. And I know it's hard sometimes when we're learning how to navigate through situations around the bad, no-sense kind of loves in our own lives. I know it's easy for me to sit here in podcast land, and speak about it all, but it is in each one of us. And the responsibility belongs to each one of us. We have to be the ones to gather the courage to admit if we're suffering in loves of any kind. We have to realize that our own spectacular love is waiting for us. We only need to start to connect ourselves to that good feeling. And when we do, we shift our focus onto what feels best for us. And that's when we all have the ability to transform our suffering into freedom. So, I hope you find your bare minimum good feeling love in your life. And then you decide that that's just not fucking enough. And I hope you get spectacularly loved in your life because you've learned how to spectacularly love yourself. Okay, that's all for now, my friends. Much love, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.